So the first thing you're going to do is when you have your account set up and you're logged in and everything, it's going to show you a blank page of networks. There's usually the main network, and that's about it when you first start out. This is under the blue squishy molecule icon in the upper right corner, but once you have more jobs, it'll look like the one on the screen. So the first thing you do is you go ahead and hit that plus sign, and what the plus sign will do is it will pop open a little banner to allow you to enter the new network name. So every single separate physical location should have its own network. So we're just going to go ahead and call it Hayden. And then we're going to hit add at the bottom. It's going to add the network. And you'll notice that the one is teal, the main network. So we're going to want to select the network that we just created so that it is teal. It'll take us inside, and of course there's no MeshTech devices found yet. So you can either plug in the controller at this point, and it'll generally pop up a little banner like this one, or if it's not showing up, you can do the 3-line hamburger menu and then find the add devices. It'll do it either way. It's going to search for all the available MeshTech devices in the area, and when it finds them, it will put little colored symbols on your screen. So an MR16 will appear as a little bulb, the roofline will appear as a little squiggle. So we're going to grab that green squiggle, and we can tell which one it is because the lights in the building are green. So we'll grab that, and it's a little tricky, but you'll have to drag it all the way down to that select group. You'll notice while your finger's on it, it pulses so you can tell which one it is. It'll bring up a blank screen. We have to hit that circle plus button at the top to create a group. I usually just call it roofline because it's pretty simple to remember. That way if you get MR16s or patio lights or something, you'll know which is which. And then hit create. That's the group. And you're going to go ahead and hit add at the bottom. And it will add that controller to that new group. Strip type is important. These are going to be the MeshTech Nugget. Only MeshTech Nugget. And then hit next. It'll allow you to configure the ports. This is a 4-port controller, but we're going to just configure ports 1 and 2. When you hit the lengths, you'll see it says 6 lights down at the bottom. You can hit that plus button until you're blue in the face, or you can hit the pencil edit and decide that you're going to get a lot closer. Generally, you kind of guess a little bit. You can see the blue lights are just a little bit shy of the end, so then I can go ahead and hit that plus button a couple times to increment that so that it's correct. And you can do the same thing in reverse too. If you shoot long, you can back it up. But your first 2 bulbs and your last 2 bulbs in that run should be blue. Everything in the middle should be red. We're going to go ahead and confirm that. We're going to do the same thing with the second port. So it's off camera, but I know what they are. And we're going to go ahead and apply that. This one, the end to controller and controller to end thing is the direction of travel of the effect. So because my controller is in the middle here, I wanted to flip one of those so that all the motion goes in the same direction. We only have the 2 ports on here. They're both configured. So we're going to continue and hit done at the bottom. It'll come back to this blank screen because there are no more devices that it can find, so you can step backwards, and it'll attempt to connect to the roofline device. It'll usually give you that little toggle. I usually give it a pop to see and make sure that it responds. Then I know that that controller is configured correctly, and I can turn it back on also. So that's pretty much all there is to the onboarding process here. From here, you can start messing around with the colors and the effects and all that fun stuff. And we'll show you how to do that in the next video.